Hello, everyone, and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
We've got Rob in the booth. Say hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. Today is a very special day on Versus Live. I'm sure many of you know already, but we tweeted out a few days ago asking for user-submitted deck lists, or viewer-submitted deck lists, I guess I should say.
I wouldn't say fans, because I don't know if we full-on have fans, you know.
I don't want to presume for anybody out there.
Yeah, my mom's a fan, but other than that, I can't assume in any regard.
My mom submitted a deck list, but it was not great.
Yeah. No, wasn't that a quiche recipe? Right? Yeah.
that would be even better.
That was
honestly.
Great. Yeah.
Mom, if you want to send me a quiche recipe, please do.
I know you don't know me, Mama Merriam, but I'll take one as well.
Sounds good. I think I'll make a quiche this weekend.
Okay, share with me. Share with me.
No.
Okay. We're all about sharing. We're sharing lists from users today. You should be sharing desserts as well.
No, it's all about other people sharing things with me.
Oh.
I don't have to share with anyone else.
You don't share.
I'm a twin. I've shared enough for one life.
Why do you share all these wins that you give to me on Versus Live all the time?
Well, those aren't shared. Those are just given
Those
to
are
you.
taken. Yeah.
Those are given to you.
Yeah.
They're all yours.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, so today we are playing a user-submitted deck list. We tagged out on Twitter to get 6 of our favorite lists with hashtag Team Ross, hashtag Team Corey of who they wanted to play the decks. Yeah. And y'all did not disappoint. We got some really cool lists.
Yes.
And
thank everybody who took the time to submit. We loved a lot of them, but we could only play 6. So I guess we will just get into it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be starting with at Spittin' Hot Truth's submission of a Yorion Kiki-Chord deck. Really sweet list, just a lot of cool Blink synergies going on, and then Court of Calling and Eldritch Evolution to set up the combo with Kiki-Jiki and Restoration Angel.
Yeah.
But hopefully I just generate a ton of value, and I really just hope I get to Yorion blinking like Seasoned Pyromancer, Eternal Witness, Thragtusk.
Yeah. What world is it where you got the Yorion deck and I got the non-Yorion deck? I mean, are our users trying to sabotage us or try to make us get out of our comfort zone?
There were definitely some people who were trying to sabotage me.
Yeah,
and they were open in their attempts to do so.
Yeah.
I was one of those people.
He really was. I love it. And I'm going to be playing Jay Mantley 03's Hollow One. This is a good old classic deck. So classic, we don't even have a companion. That's how classic we're going.
Hollow One is your companion.
Hollow One is my companion. And honestly, this is a deck that dominated at its time in Modern and just kind of disappeared all of a sudden, and it got new toys. Octavagonus and Seasoned Pyromancer are 2 really cool ways to work with the deck, and you get to cut some of the, I don't know, not so great of cards. I don't even remember what the really medium cards were, but now we just have the good Hollow One cards, plus you get a little bit of these extra toys from Modern Horizons.
Octavagonus seems to be replacing Gurmag Angler.
Oh, yep. As another big threat.
Similar cards, but one generates card advantage and can be cast from the graveyard, which is really nice. Seasoned Pyromancer is generally there over the loss of Faithful Looting, which was a big hit to the deck.
Yeah, that is not an improvement by any means, but Faithless Looting is one of the best cards in Modern, let alone one of the best cards in this deck. Yeah. Rest in peace. Your poor Izzet Phoenix is so bad right now.
It's not good.
I bought Izzet Phoenix's or Arclight Phoenix's for like 45 tickets at one point online to play the deck when it was just the only deck in Modern, and now they're at like 4 tickets. So I blame you.
I mean,
I'll take my money back, please.
You could have sold them when they were worth a lot of money.
Do you think I'm good at insider trading like that?
No,
I'm not.
Neither am I. Yeah. No Magic player is good at that.
No.
We don't pay attention to that.
Exactly. But
I don't even know what the cards cost anymore. Like prices on cards, be like, that card's like this amount of money. I'm like, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Yeah, I just always had a friend hook me up with some cards when it came to tournaments and stuff. So actually trying to buy stuff when it came to SCG events was a new experience. Like, it's how much for this piece of cardboard?
You sure?
Yeah.
It's a banana, Michael. How much can it cost?
Yeah. All right, well, I'm excited to play some of these user-submitted decks. You want to just get into it?
Let's do it.
All right, I won last week, so you'll get to go first.
Very close Tuesday show.
Oh, yeah.
Came down to
not
the very
last
last
week. I also, we're saying we don't know card prices. I also have no clue what day of the week it is. I know it's either Tuesday or Thursday when I'm here, but at that point, I'm just guessing.
I Well, I saw a land mana creature, which is a nice start, but I only have the one land and a pretty high curve with this hand, so this is going to be a mulligan.
This hand is not the fastest hollow one hand. I do got to say, it is nice looking at these cards again. This is a deck that I love to play for so long. We're going to keep this. It's a little slower than I would like, but I will keep.
Definitely a fun deck there.
Yeah, yeah.
I think a lot of people were turned off to it initially because of the inherent variance of the deck. And it's not that there honestly isn't that much more variance with that deck than there are with other decks, not by a huge margin.
Yeah.
But the variance that does exist is right on the surface. Like you see it every time you discard well or discard poorly with Burning Inquiry and Goblin Lore. But a lot of it was just about managing that variance. Sometimes you wanted to cast those cards early with a full hand. You had a lot of things you wanted to discard. Sometimes you needed to make sure that you got to cast your key spells, like a Lightning Bolt against Devoted Druid or something, and then you would cast them. Yeah. So, managing that variance in that deck was a really huge part of playing it, and eventually people caught on, and it was pretty novel and pretty fun. Yeah,
well said, though, honestly, because I would see, Martin Juza played this all the time. This was, his deck. He loved it. And he always was just scraping together every little piece of value, always looking to, like you said, bolt on turn one, and then Burning Inquiry when you play a fetch land. So if you discard Bloodghast, you by playing a fetch land first, you're minimizing the fact that you discard all your lands so you don't hit your second land drop, and you're maximizing the fact that if you discard a Bloodghast, you still get the value of it. So little plays like that, I agree, that you can really control.
Before we get started here, Ross, we have a math question for you. Histeus wants to know how many extra shuffles of an 80-card deck does it take to make sure it's fully randomized?
The limit does not exist. Is that
it? I would have to look up a couple of the papers in that area to give you a firm answer, but my guess. So I honestly I'm not even sure off the top of my head. It's either 7 or 8 with a 60-card deck of riffle shuffles. With an 80-card deck, it's probably not much more. It's probably in the 9 or 10 range, I would say. But
sorry, are we still talking numbers?
There's a canonical paper in that area, I think, published in the 60s that was updated in the 90s and 2000s.
Are we still doing the number thing, or are we playing Magic?
It's a logarithmic formula, I think.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right.
Well, this hand sucks, so we'll send that one back too.
All right. Can someone run the numbers on Ross's chance to win the game on 5 compared to 7 cards? That's the numbers I want to get to. Rob, you got any questions for us while he shuffles?
Yeah, I have an actual question for Histeus. So Nassif is still pretty high on Luca Yorion. Do you think that's still a way to go over tops of other Yorion decks in Standard?
Yeah, it's the best deck by far. I honestly... Ely Cassis, our teammate, dominated E-League last night with the list that I sent him. It's nothing like really reinventing the wheel from the list, just a couple sideboard changes. But honestly, it just has the tools to beat everything. And I think it's getting to the point where Felidar Guardian, Saheeli Cat combo was in Standard, where people were like, yeah, Mardu has a good matchup against it. Constrictor may be okay against it or whatever.
Oh, sorry. Apparently Histeus was talking about Pioneer. I misread that.
Oh, we're talking about Pioneer. Okay. Oh, okay. So if Luca Yorion is good in Pioneer?
To go over other Yorion decks.
Definitely a possibility. What are the good Yorion decks? Sultai is probably not great against them stealing permanents. The combo deck, yeah, I could see it. I don't know a ton about Pioneer versions of that, but whenever a deck dominates Standard so much, people try to put it into older formats and stuff, and so we're going to see that. If it's good or not, that'll just be something we'll have to figure out. Is your 5 a little better?
It is a little bit better, but not great. Think these are my 2 best cards in the hand, so I want to keep the lands that enable them, and these cards are both pretty mediocre, especially this Magus of the Moon. This is...
Yeah, it's probably not great. I'm a basically red deck.
Yeah, that's a tutor target that's probably coming out.
Basically, every one of my black cards gets value for free.
No.
All right, bring it, Mr. Ross Merriam. Let's see if
Heath.
The people behind your deck lists are going to succeed or mine. All right, Cycle Street Wraith. 18. Oh, baby. I will play an Adapt and pass to you.
Okay, I'll fetch to 19, so we got 19 to 18.
Okay. Our hand is really set up now. Drawing that Flame Blade Adept really put our hand together here, so this is a nice one.
Okay, I'll crack for a Forest going to 18. Play Scavenging Ooze.
Scavenging Ooze, that card's good against me.
Pass the turn.
Okay, I'm gonna start with this cycle.
16.
Whoa. Cycle again.
14.
Gonna play a mountain here. I think we want to be mana efficient and cast this Goblin Lore here. I could just do this to guarantee it, but that seems like not what I want to be doing. So we're gonna Goblin Lore. Draw 4. How do you want to randomize this, Ross? Just want to pick some cards?
Yeah, it's too hard to do.
All right.
When your hand's this big,
Yeah.
there's just too many possibilities to do.
All right, so you pick 3 cards for me to discard. 1, 2, 3. No hollow ones.
Ox and 2 lands.
Okay, that's not bad. Your Scavenging Ooze is going to be a big problem, but this Adapt is gigantic right now. I'll
So
attack.
5.
Yeah, we better cycle again. 3, 4, 5, so 6 to 7. So 1 for itself. I cycled twice. I
You
cycled
cycled
3
twice,
times.
3 times this turn. Okay.
And then discarded 3. So that's 7 damage on its own.
So you're at 12, I'm at 11.
Yep. Hold. 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 Okay, you're go. You say I'm at 11?
You're at
No,
12.
you're
I'm
at 11. Yep, exactly. All right, Hollow Ones. People always say the Hollow Boys. I don't know if that's for sure true, but we definitely got the Hollow Ones in here. That's for sure.
I'm going to play a tap Sacred Foundry. I'll exile the Ox.
Okay.
And I'll
do
exile
a
a
lot
Street
of
Wraith as
food.
well.
All right, so you go to 13?
Don't want to get this Ooze bolted. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
at 15. You can go.
Smart, smart. And it could trade with a Hollow One right now, so that is quite strong. Let's see. I think I just want to play this if we're looking at my hand. Just get a Phoenix down and get a little extra damage over top. Seems like the better play to me. So I'm going to take 2.
You're 10.
Cast a Phoenix. I'm not dying on the way back, right? 8? No, okay.
Okay. I will, so this is an attack for 11. Best I could do is exile 3 creatures.
Mm-hmm.
So that's only 7. Yeah, I'll block a Hollow One.
All right.
I go to 6.
Take 7 down to 6 and pass to you. Pretty solid Hollow One draw. Anytime you get 2 Hollow Ones on turn 2, I think that's got to be slightly above average. I would imagine it's like 1.5 as an average or so on it, since this seems to be a numbers focus versus live today.
Okay, let's do the only thing I can do. Get some Nick Millers with my P and Kieran
Okay, that's pretty strong.
and pass the turn.
Pretty strong. All right. Let's see what we can do here. So you're at 6, huh? Okay. I'm gonna go with Bloodghast. And crunch on in there.
Your 2 in hand.
2.
So 100% have to block the Hollow One. I'm taking lethal.
Bless you.
I guess I could actually conceivably go like this, but that block does not seem very good because these both are just going to come back.
Yep.
So definitely blocking the Hollow One. And the only way I can play around a bolt killing me is by this block, which also doesn't seem great since it leaves me with no battlefield and doesn't effectively trade for any material from you. So I don't think I can beat a lightning bolt. I can conceivably go to 2 and block like that, and then Yorion next turn and have 4 blockers. Yorion blocks here, 2 Nick Millers here, Pia here, and that can stabilize me. Or I can go like this, go to 3, and have the same blockers next turn, where Yorion blocks here, a token blocks here, and double block here, and then I would go to 1, but I would end up with a P and Kieran at the end of it at 1 more life.
Dilemmas.
I think I like just getting this out. Corey has the bolt, so I'm dead anyway, but I might as well talk it out.
All right.
Yeah. It's very obvious.
It sure was, buddy. Sure was. All right. Well, that felt good being back with hollow ones there.
Yeah, it's a strong hollow one draw.
It really was. I didn't have the 1 drop, but I cycled into it with Street Wraith, and that's what really put it together. That thing dealt 7 on turn 2, you know?
Yeah. Oh, no, if you gave me 7 more life that game, it's, you know...
You probably have it, yeah.
I mean, all I had was the Yorion on the P and Kieran, but like, that would have bought me a lot of time, and my deck just has more powerful cards than yours overall.
Your top decks are way better, yeah. Like mine, I would have a lot of value to keep going, but I didn't have like Ox or anything to keep going. My hand was Bolt, Hollow One.
The Scoo's got the Ox, so that really stopped your ability to reload, so you needed that first wave to get there, but the Bloodghast and, you know, Phoenix, even though you didn't return them from the graveyard, just casting them by themselves is good enough.
Hasty creatures is good. Yeah. All right, everyone, that's going to be game number 1 for Versus Live. We're going to head to sideboarding and see if Ross can improve on this matchup. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between Yorion, Kiki-Chord, and Hollow One. On my side, pretty clear what we're bringing in is Graveyard Hate against the Graveyard deck.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yes. Really smart of you there.
Rest in peace, historically, very good in this matchup. So we've got 3 copies. They should be great. Hopefully we can find them in our 80-card deck.
Yeah, that's the only hope, is that you got this with these. Yeah. That is a lot tougher.
And I'm going to be bringing out many of my tutor targets that I do not think are very useful in the matchup. Linvala doesn't stop much of anything. Magus of the Moon, not good against a mono red deck. Spellskite and Burnt and Forge Tender basically only stop Lightning Bolt.
Yep.
So just aren't very impactful cards. So they're getting the axe. We could bring in some extra, like, there's like some more Lightning Helixes, more Night of Autumns in the sideboard, but these cards are not super impactful in the matchup. You know, Helix really only kills Flameblade Adept, which I do want to do, but I don't want to cut from my deck's game plan too much.
Yep.
And I am pretty good at blocking the Adept. I do have some paths, and I do have a Helix in the main still. But, you know, maybe I'll adjust for game 3. It's a little unclear to me exactly how removal heavy I want to be, because you don't want to draw too much removal against this deck.
Yeah.
It's only effective against a few key threats. You know, Path is obviously good because it hits things like Croxa and
Hollow One
and Ox of Agonis, and make sure they don't come back. Even pathing, you know, Bloodghast and Flamewake Phoenix can be reasonable. So, you know, Path is obviously good, but others kind of spot removal, you know, the Lightning Bolts and Lightning Helixes of the world, you don't want to overload on them.
Yeah. You want some of them because, you know, if I start off to a really fast start, and Flameblade Adept is very important for you to kill, but yeah, outside of that, I agree. So from my end, I want to slow down as well. You are a creature deck, so I want to make sure I can kill your elves effectively on turn 1. My basic game plan now, instead of just trying to Adept on 1, bunch of Hollow Ones on turn 2 and stuff, is really kind of kill your mana creature turn 1. That's my goal. And then slowly bring in the creatures, kind of slow my game plan down. I have to expect you're bringing in Graveyard Hate, so I kind of trimmed on some of my Graveyard synergies. And you would kind of think like, well, why are we taking one piece here and there? That seems wrong, you would think, right?
Yeah.
But this really is the Dredge mentality, right? Where it's a machine that you need all the pieces to work, but you don't necessarily need 2 Bloodghast. You don't need all your Flamewake Phoenixes. So trimming just a little bit from each, I think, is better than just taking out all Bloodghast, all Phoenixes or whatever, just to make sure your deck still functions at a high level.
Yeah, you'd always rather draw one of everything than all of one.
Exactly, yeah. I don't know. I would not mind drawing all 4 Hollow Ones. I think I could find a way to get them into play.
Just 0 Goblin Lore, 0 Straight Wraith, 0. Burning Inquiries. Them are good.
Turn 2, Cycle Hollow 1, your go.
Powerful.
Powerful. All right, Rob, you got any questions for us while we shuffle up for our next game?
I do. Philip Lucas would like to know, what do you think about Naya's Zoo with Lurrus instead of the Boros burn decks that we've been seeing?
I mean, we were pretty high on Naya aggro, right? The Wild
Just like
Mikado deck that we tried.
This is a Bushwhacker. Are we bushwhacking with Lurrus, though? But I think that would be awkward. But if you're trying to just play like Wild Nikadal, Tarmogoyf, like Tribal Flames kind of thing.
That seems fine. I mean, what 3-drops do you really have? And then honestly, just think about playing a 1-drop and then having a Bushwhacker in your graveyard and just bringing that in if you have Lurrus in play. Like, that seems insane.
Bushwhacker's a 3-mana card.
Oh, Bushwhacker is, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
You can't do the Bushwhacker version. You have to be just a normal Zoo deck. It seems fine. I would be worried about playing a deck like that has such a painful mana base.
Yeah. But you have a free lifelinker every game.
Yeah. But, it seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Is it better than other Lurrus decks? Doesn't strike me as one, but you could try it.
Never know, yeah. I mean, it did impress me when we played the really aggressive Naya deck, but Bushwhacker is a big part of it, so...
Yeah, that's the card that lets you race burn. Despite your painful mana base, you just get out so far ahead of them.
What is the 1-mana one where you pay 2 to Surge and it kind of does the same Bushwhacker effect?
So Reckless Bushwhacker is a 3-mana card that you pay 2 to Surge.
Yeah.
And then there's Goblin Bushwhacker that's a 1-mana card, but has Kicker of another red mana. So it's red to get that effect.
Yeah. We could play that one, right?
Yeah, but that one's doesn't work with any of your emissaries.
Oh, okay.
The Hidden Herbalist makes green. Burning Tree Emissary makes red-green. Neither of them cast your red card, so you would need to play like Manamorphose. And then that just adds another layer of inconsistency.
Count me in. Don't have to convince me to play Manamorphose. I love that card.
Yeah.
All right, great questions. Keep them coming in. We are going to get ready for our second game here. Yeah, seems fine. All right, Lost Miriam is striking again here. Mulligan, and do you happen to have a second question? I'm going to keep, by the way, this hand is fine.
Yeah, we've got a question about, what do you think about Spirits and Pioneer right now? Is it just kind of fallen so far to the meta?
Well, I don't think it was ever insanely good. Personally, like it was okay. It was always like 50 or 45% against everything. It was basically the Pioneer Jund to me, like it didn't really have any insane matchups, didn't really have any bad ones. I think with the fact that it doesn't really get to play a companion makes it pretty bad. Unless you add 20 cards and play Yorion, you don't really have a good companion for that.
Yeah, I mean, some let's just play Giganta because they can, but it doesn't really move the needle for you very much. Mm-hmm. And I agree. Basically, every deck got a lot better, and Spirits essentially stayed the same.
Yeah.
And that's a big problem for it right now. There's also just a lot of spot removal around, and so your Spirits are dying.
Yeah.
And I agree with Corey. It's not like that was a tier 1 deck before Corey. It was solidly tier 2.
Yeah,
you saw it. You could definitely lose to it. They had good draws when they curved out.
Yeah.
But it wasn't on the level of Mono White Devotion or Inverter or anything like that. So it just it's sat in tier 2 and it's now gotten worse from there.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I think it would have to really have a targeted metagame to be able to be good. And, if there's a lot of these Yorion decks that are just sorcery speed creature decks, counter spells and stuff like that are okay. But the problem is, like, Spellqualler now is not hitting those Yorion itself and stuff, and that this body shuts them down,
Probably need some Disdainful Strokes in your sideboard,
and then you're just worse. And then what do you can't really play company. Maybe you can play like Zan's list where it's just blue-white. But yeah, I'm not in love with it. And I loved company decks.
Okay, have a reasonable 6 here. I think this is a pretty clear card to put back since we're not coming out of the gates too fast.
Okay.
And I will start on a Wooded Foothills.
Okay. I will start with a land, and I'm going to pass to you.
Okay, well, I like that. So get my Temple Garden. I'm at 19.
Okay.
This is likely a removal spell that Corey is holding up.
Nah.
For whatever 2-drop we play.
Nah.
And unfortunately for him,
And here
we
comes
have the best
Voice
possible
of
pre-draw.
Resurgence. My favorite card. My favorite card. Okay. Yep.
I fetched that tapped Temple Garden instead of playing the shock land in my hand in case I drew an untapped land that didn't cost me any life, and I did because I'm so smart.
So smart. Okay. We got a nice little play here. Let's go with... All right, I'm going to start by cycling.
You're at 18.
Draw. I'm going to Brutality, all the modes. 1, 2, so I have to discard 2, right? Okay. So kill this, 2 to you, and let's check your hand.
It's pretty good.
All
You
right.
got an Eldritch Evolution.
Cool.
So I'm going to go to 17. You'll go to 20.
Yep.
This will die. I will get an Elemental token.
And I got a free hollow one. Pass to you. It's kind of nice, huh?
It's pretty good.
It's a nice little thing to do with Collective Brutality there. And noticed, everybody, very important thing. I had this for turn 1, but I also just had removal spells in my hand, so there was no point in me cycling it. Wait for a turn where you can do a little bit more, and that is another thing we talked about at the start. Maximizing the variance, you know?
Yeah.
And I knew I didn't want to cast something for 1 because I thought I wanted to use a removal spell. Ross obviously played the best possible, but...
Okay. I will play a Remorseful Cleric.
Did I know about that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, how lucky.
And pass the turn.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let's get in there.
I'll go to 13.
Okay. And that Remorseful Cleric is going to be quite annoying, but I don't really have to do anything about it yet. And that doesn't have the voice thing, right? I haven't played with that card in a while.
Correct. It's
All
just it's a Beast of Burden.
Okay. I will just play a land and pass to you.
Okay. I will play a Scavenging Ooze.
In response, I'll bolt the Elemental.
Sure. Attack for 2.
Okay, I'll go to 18.
So if you have another bolt, I just want to pass the turn. You're not close to the Ox yet. So yeah, I'll just pass.
I'll push that.
Yeah, I'll exile the Ox in response.
Okay.
And that's it. So I gain 1, I go to 14.
Just that?
Yeah.
What would you have for 1 mana you want to save? Okay, a path. That makes sense. That's a tough one for me to crack. It's a pretty good draw on your part. All right, I'll attack. Okay.
Sniffed it out.
I sniffed it out. All right.
Now we're pretty low trading on resources, and I've got this Yorion sitting, so a 5th land is a fine draw for me.
Yep.
Corey's last 2 cards are going to be important here.
Yeah, and they're not great right now. That's
Ross,
good.
if you know they're playing Gurmag Angler, are you a little more aggressive with exiling their graveyard with their Remorseful Cleric?
Probably not, because there's just nothing good here. Like, because I don't have any pressure, that Gurmag Angler is probably coming down later anyway.
Yeah.
So all I'm doing is delaying it, and I'm throwing away a card to do so.
Yeah, putting a Band-Aid on it, basically.
Yeah.
That's not great.
If Corey was under a ton of pressure and I could reliably end the game before the Gurmag Angler,
Then you want to close every door.
Yeah.
Yep.
then it makes sense. I will attack for 2.
16.
I will play another Voice of Resurgence.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. That's not great either.
Got 3 in hand there.
Yeah. I'm going to play an Adept and pass to you.
Attack for 4.
No blocks.
Brings
12.
you to 12. Drew the 5th land.
Okay.
Play a Yorion.
Yep.
Blink the 2 creatures.
Sure.
End step, they come back, and then I'll pass the turn.
Right.
No value from the Yorion, but 4/5 flyer is still pretty nice to have here.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
Doesn't die to bolt, push, or brutality.
Yeah, that is quite good. Let's see what we want to do here.
Corey goes ham with some discard outlets. I can just double block, or, I can actually double block, exile your graveyard, and then still kill the adept, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can do a lot of good. Let's see here. I want to... Brutality, just giving this -2/-2.
Okay. Well, exile your graveyard in response.
Okay. Then I will sack these.
Brings you to 10.
Yep. Get the 1 swamp and get a mountain here. I want to preserve my life total because this Yorion is going to kill me. The main reason I killed Remote Folk Cleric is it gives me an extra turn. Not sitting ideal in any regards, but I do have a Pyromancer, which is not bad.
That's pretty good.
And pass to you.
So now I'm at 14. I think attacking with both is pretty good. If it's going to force a block, I guess it's just going to force a block on the Seasoned Pyromancer, but there's not really much I can do to avoid this trade. And the ability on Voice of Resurgence isn't doing a whole lot.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm going to attack with both.
I'll block.
Yeah. I will get a token. You'll go to 6.
Yep.
I just have a Razor Edge Thicket.
All right.
Pass the turn.
Okay, we need a big turn. I think we just have to start by casting this. Cast a Goblin Lore and just see what we get. I don't think there's any value in me casting the cards in my hand because I would rather kind of discard them, to be honest. So yeah, let's start with a Goblin Lore. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need some goods. All right, 3 cards. All right.
Discard Bolt, Unearth, Black Loop Cliffs.
Okay.
No value there, but
Interesting.
I do kind of like seeing the Bolt in the graveyard just because like maybe you could race with that or double up with
Yeah, I was
another
trying to
Bolt of
double
Brutality.
it for sure, yeah.
Kill a Yorion.
Well, it looks like it's going to be quite a problem for this Yorion. If I could deal with the Yorion, I'd be set, but my only chance right now is to race it, and that also is going to be tough to do, but we're going to start with a Hollow One, and Seasoned Pyromancer, discard a push, get Eros Miriam, draw 2. So this has 3, 4, so this is a 5-power creature.
I'm at 9.
All right, and I have a Cliffs and pass to you.
Seeing a land.
Yep. We gave ourselves a shot here. These fly, right? Yeah, elemental flyers. Perfect, perfect. So you don't need to attack, I can just chump block.
Ross had his Red Bull today.
I'm at
Yeah.
9.
You're at 9, yep.
So cards I am worried about. Goblin Lore would be very good.
Yep.
You could Goblin Lore into either discarding Bloodghast and returning it with the land. Goblin Lore into Flamewake Phoenix. Same with Burning Inquiry into any of those. All of those would win the game if I attack with the Yorion, because I chump Hollow One, and then this would be a 4, so this would be 7 total. So also leaving a Bolt behind in your hand or Brutality. So, one of those red looting effects into any of the other things would be a problem. Or if you just have a Flamewake Phoenix in your hand, you can attack and then cast it post-combat as a blocker.
Defense.
The problem is, what happens if I stay back? I guess like this checks the Hollow One, but you don't actually have to attack. You can sit there and make some tokens with this, set up an even better attack.
Yep. So it seems like I could win the long game,
Yeah, and I have, 1 Lightning Helix in my deck. I have some draws that could put me into a better spot.
You could draw Kiki-Chord.
Kiki-Chord
would be nice with your 1 red source.
Yeah, that'd be very good.
Yeah, it's a tough one. That's a tough one.
What I'm supposed to do. Oh. generally in spots like this, I would rather just attack. So that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I think I'd attack from
You
your
go to
end
2.
as well, and not
Pass.
what I wanted to see from my end. So
Pass the
let's
turn.
see. Gonna be a big draw here. That sucks.
Dead?
If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die on my own terms. All right, cycle.
Got a little scary there when I hit 2 more lands after the Yorion.
Oh, that would have probably done it. Oh, that would have definitely done it. Well, that would have been 6 damage, so.
You had 6 mana?
Oh, yeah. I had 7.
Yeah, I was holding the lands.
Yep.
So it put me to 3 and then got 4 through with the attack.
Yep.
That Croxa was good enough as well.
So very close. Honestly, from when you, kind of wrecked me with the voice. Honestly, Voice of Resurgence was pretty good, and then the ooze exiling my only 2 good creatures, the Ox and stuff. Then I was just, not able to really recover that much. But then that last turn, I was just waiting for one kind of those loot effects, and then I really put myself in a position where I could have came back. If I could have done that 1 turn earlier, I took a turn off basically where I did nothing, and you cast Yorion and got to start getting in there. I think if I could have had 1 extra. If that would have happened 1 turn earlier, I think I would have probably been safe. But yeah, close game.
Yeah, definitely a close one. The brutality was really, really good.
Yeah. The second one not as good, but it slowed down your clock by a turn because I was at 12. You had 6 power of flying in the air, so it kind of sucked to be able to just hit the creature that gets value whenever you sacrifice it. But
really needed 1 more life, so you could drain me for 2 as well with it.
Yeah.
Discarding card, then shut the clock off by 2 turns.
Yeah, no, that would have been good. That would have been really good.
That would have probably won you the game.
Probably.
It would have forced me to slow down. Then you would have had the life to cycle that Street Wraith.
Yeah.
Then you would have hit the Croxa. And,
would have been good.
Maybe it didn't kill me through the Yorion, but I was just drawing a bird. So.
Yep. All right, but me on the play, I like this a lot better here. So, all right, let's play our 3rd and final game of round number 1 here. All right, I like that start. It's getting worse. Okay. Oh, yeah. No way we can mulligan this one, Rob, right? Heart of the cards?
Yeah, got to keep that one, right?
Yeah, heart of cards. All right, I'm going to keep. It's one of those hands that it could be anything. It could even be a boat. You know how much we've wanted one of those, Ross. Mulligan Ross. What?
1 land, 2 chords.
Whoa.
Yep. The first card I saw was Rest Piece. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
we're doing it, but
Nice.
I'm not keeping this.
That's fair. Keeping 1-landers in 2020, that's outrageous. Yeah, good call. Good call.
Yeah, you got an extra card in your hand. You just make land drops.
Oh, man.
Corey kept a 1-land inquiry hand.
What? Yeah, your hand could have been great. You don't know that.
Could have also ended up as no lands.
Yeah. That is the best. Whenever you burn inquiry and you discard and play a hollow one where you really, have the nut draw and your opponent just all of a sudden discarded 3 lands and just says go on turn 1. It's like, come on,
You're looking at your graveyard of oh, I also got a Bloodghast and a Flaming Phoenix.
Yeah.
And, you're dead.
Oh, and I didn't have any hollow ones but in my hand now I have 2, and you have 3 land in your graveyard and you didn't play one on turn 1? That's too bad.
Really, just unlucky. I feel so much for you.
Yeah. Oh, too fun. How's that one?
Not very good. But I think we'll keep this on 6. This card obviously just doesn't fit with anything in our hand.
Okay. Well, yeah, you were right. We're going to see what our hands can be. So let's draw 3, discard 3, hope for the best. All right. I pick these 2 and this one. Burning Inquiry is such a fun card. Oh, yeah, I like those. Uh-oh. Okay, not bad. Good job, Ross. Good picking. All right, no hollow ones, though, so I'll pass to you.
I'm going to fetch Shock 17, get a Stomping Ground, and play a bird.
Okie dokie.
Pass the turn.
All right. Interesting draw there. Yeah, okay. All right, we're going to fetch Shock. Get a Blood Crypt here. And we had Goblin Lore for this turn, but with drawing a Burning Inquiry here, I think I would rather bolt the bird and then Inquiry. So we'll spin again. Your hand could be anything.
Could be anything.
All right, I'm going to pick these three.
Got Ox is a pretty good one to discard.
Yeah, not bad there. And no hollow ones again, so I'll pass to you. Please no rest in peace.
Well, I didn't have a rest in peace before.
No!
I still don't have.
Yay! That would have been such a tilt.
You have 2 cards in hand?
3.
3.
Yep.
Okay, I don't have a lot of green mana, so I don't think I can wait on this ooze. I'm just going to run it out.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right, we're going to start with a cycle.
You go to 15.
15. Okay, now the question is, do I want to just get value from this stuff? And I probably do. Okay, so let's go like this. Before you can ooze stuff up. So I'm going to unearth Seasoned Pyromancer. I'm going to discard 2 things, get 2 Ross Merriams. And then I'm going to Ox. Oh, draw 2
draw
off
2.
the Pyromancer.
Play a hollow one now.
Yeah, of course. Okay, I already played a land. That does make it a little interesting. I already played a land, huh?
Drew a removal spell for the ooze.
It might still just be better to get Ox into play, because if I kill your ooze, all I'm hoping to do is be able to Ox next turn. You know, that's the whole point. So I think it's probably best to just still Ox. We'll get rid of all our creatures to stop food for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess it doesn't matter too much. We'll escape these 8 cards. Discard Fatal Push and land.
So 1 counter.
Yeah, that'd be too good, huh? That'd be disgusting. And draw 3. I did give you... Yeah, whatever.
13.
13. Yep. Draw. And pass to you.
Okay. No hollow one is great.
Yeah. Just haven't seen... It's not in the top 20 cards there, so...
Not a great draw there, but we do have take 1 from the Canyon, go to 16.
Okay.
Helix the Ox, go to 19.
Okay.
And exile it with the ooze, go to 20.
Yeah, that sucks.
Pass the turn.
That sucks.
Still dies to a bolt, but there wasn't much we could do about that.
Oh, the variants. The variants.
Drew the hollow one?
No. God, I wish. Ugh. This sucks. Go. This sucks. I'm getting max punished for not fatal pushing that ooze.
Noble Hierarch.
Okay.
And you're at 13.
Yeah.
This just trades for these, so I'll just pass the turn.
Okay, I'll play an Adept.
Yep.
Go.
Tapped Stomping Ground. Pass the turn.
Okay, at least you're not doing too much. All right, I guess I'll attempt to fatal push ooze.
In response, Restoration Angel.
Oh my god.
I'll take a point.
Yeah.
Go to 19.
Oh god. Yeah, your go.
And step exile the Street Wraith.
Yep.
Back up to 20.
After all my draw steps, I just ended with 3 lands in hand. I'm just like, wow, this is horrible.
I'll go to 19 and play Kiki-Chord.
That resolves.
Turn Target.
I was so far ahead. And I got so punished.
Angel.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah. That was BS.
Demonstrated a loop.
You've demonstrated it, yeah. That was so unlucky. But honestly, there was a big mistake. I had, when the turn I oxed, I drew land Fatal Push. So I could have just Fatal Pushed Ooze and then oxed the next turn. Of course, I'm running the risk of you drawing another Ooze. Rest in peace. So a lot of things. So it wasn't necessarily a punt, just the way it played out. It ended up being very bad for me.
It's like,
you know,
Rest in Peace punishes you if you push. Removal spell punishes you if you ox, right?
Yeah,
that's pretty close to the line there.
And the only thing that punishes me is your one Lightning Helix, right? Because all your other removal spells are pass, so it doesn't really matter.
But regardless, you do get rid of the push, so I still have the ooze later on.
Yeah.
So it's still somewhat punishing to not just kill the ooze because
the push was basically free too.
The Lightning Helix is extra punishing. Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah.
The Helix is extra punishing, but I think it's pretty clear though that I didn't have a Rest in Peace because I think I would have Rest in Peace over oozing.
Oh, for sure. This is if you draw it. I was pretty sure you didn't have a Rest in Peace. You could have had a second ooze because that you wouldn't have wanted to play that anyways. So I was mainly thinking about playing around another ooze. Because if I just kill that, you go ooze, eat my one ox, and then I have nothing. You know, then I have one land with no creature in play, and then I'm dead. So I made a judgment call, and it severely punished me. That's for sure.
God, maximally punished. Yeah, I know a thing or two about that.
Yeah, that'll happen. All right. Well, I didn't think I was going to lose round number one after how sick of a start I had with Hollow Ones on game one. But all right, so far, hashtag Team Ross takes down game and match number one, I should say. Next up, what do we got here?
Oh, I've got a nice one.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I got a nice one.
I got a spicy one as well. We are not even going to spoil it for you. We will be right back in a short 5-minute break.
Unfortunately, the break will be longer than that.
Yeah.
We're having a big audio desync issue, so hopefully our break shouldn't have to be more than about 10 minutes, but I'm going to take the stream down and then restart our streaming computer and bring it back up, unfortunately. So
gotcha.
Sorry,
so you heard the man, some slight tech issues. Somebody's biting the cables back there or something like that. All we ever know when it comes to tech issues is that thing over there is doing something it shouldn't. So
yeah, the magic box is not magicking.
Yeah, so we'll have our magic director take a look at that, and we'll be right back, probably 10 minutes ish, when we get this figured out. So see you then.